Wolf, and we are talking Olympic lifting because we have school-age national champion Mike
Just
Nackoul.
say teenage. I like teenage. It sounds so much better.
Hey, we're going for journalistic integrity here, something you know nothing about, right? Okay. And our coach, Regis Becker. Getting back to Springfield, Missouri, where you won that gold medal, and be careful because you might not walk out of here. You know, Wolf likes it. So, but talk about, Wolf was talking off the air about what was happening. And Regis, maybe you were telling us in the green room a little bit earlier. What was that like?
Yeah, it was an exciting finish. After the snatch competition, Mike was tied for first.
Okay.
And the guy he was tied with was lighter than him, so that put him ahead. So it was set up to go into the clean and jerks with some difficult lifts ahead. And Mike's opener was a little scary as well. He cleaned 130 kilos, 286 pounds. And if you're not careful when you rack a barbell, you can cut your air off.
Right.
So he choked himself out a little bit. And when he went to the jerk, he missed it because he was lightheaded. So he put himself a little bit behind the 8 ball, missing his opening attempt. So now he's got to make the second attempt to stay in the competition.
Okay, so pressure's mounting. The first one, you come out there, you get a little woozy. All right, what do you think right in there? Because, I mean, you got to come back and you got to nail one, get into the run in there. What were you thinking?
See what happens when you do too many Olympic lifts and you choke yourself out, lack of oxygen to the brain?
You think right.
Yeah.
Don't you? All right.
So go ahead, Mike.
Let the man talk.
I'm sorry.
Well, it was pretty intense. I knew I had to make that first lift to have a shot to stay in the competition, but you know.
Did you have jitters? I mean, were you sitting there going, or I mean, you just felt like, nah, I got this.
Kind of. I mean,
Tell the truth.
Well, Regis and Alex, they're a great set of coaches. Even in training, everything's always intense. You know, it's good. And
so you were confident for your second attempt. All right.
I guess I was confident. I didn't really think too much of the first. I kind of put it behind me.
So you're able. I mean, because I would think that if you miss the first attempt at a lighter weight, what does that do for your psyche going to a heavier weight for your second?
Or did you take it over?
I took the same weight over.
Okay.
Oh, you did. Okay.
But now you're one behind the other people, right?
The other guy.
The other peeps.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, the other guy missed his opening attempt too.
Okay.
He had a press out.
Oh, it's all even.
Okay.
Yeah, so
did you put the Vinnie Boom Bots on him, the Billy Baru? You know, kind of put a little jinx on him when he went up for his first attempt?
Wolf has cursed many people, just want you to know. He's spitting all over. He's always going. Yeah, he's always doing that. Yeah. It's a Turkish.
Yeah. By the way,
Go ahead. Anyway,
got a little fallout here.
So, what's that like?
It was,
no problem.
Yeah, just no problem.
Okay. So, Reach, what were you saying to him?
Mike's a warrior. He's being too modest. He went roaring out and he nailed that second attempt.
So he was fired up.
He left no doubt. He gave it a big groan,
Yeah.
ripped it up, and jammed that jerk overhead. There was zero doubt. So we were pretty confident after he repeated and nailed that lift that he could make a nice increase and stay in the competition and win it.
All right, so you've nailed 228 in the snatch, 286 in the clean and jerk. So now you're down to your last lift. You've got how many other competitors that are in the final run in here?
Three guys still in the mix.
Okay, so there's 3 guys, and you got to wait them out essentially?
Little strategery, as you
Strategery.
said.
Well, this is important. It's a highly
He's tied
technical
after the
term.
snatch, so he's got to do more, and that guy's lighter than him.
Right.
So he had to do more than that guy. And the other people, he just had to do more than they did because he'd already beat them in the snatch.
Okay.
So you wait them out and see what weights they're going to take, and then you pick your last attempt.
Now, Regis, you compete too in Olympic lifting. You were a former power lifter, and at age 40, you decided to pick up Olympic lifting. Great age to start all of that.
Right.
Way to trash your joints, dude.
Are you when you are coaching Mike? Are you thinking? Are you putting yourself in Mike's place, or are you kind of thinking what you would do? How does that?
I think what I'd do if I had his body.
Right.
His joints and his.
Yeah.
Mike's not only a very athletic and talented guy, but he's a warrior. He's a combatant. He gets in the mindset in the competition, and we've seen him do it many times before. He's lifted in probably a dozen meets, so we know he knows when to turn on the juice and go after it. So I had a pretty good confidence level that he could come out and do it under pressure.
Well, the table's set. How did it finish up?
Notice how the food analogies. The table's set.
Well,
There's
think
a big
it's
old
important.
steak on there, right?
Hey, you're talking to a fellow hog. Reed likes to embark on a little foodage himself.
And I know that Wolf is your unofficial nutritionist coach,
Absolutely,
right? What did he tell you?
Well, he told me if I could sleep on my stomach at night, I didn't do my job.
That's right. You need enough.
Those words made you a Pro Bowler.
I heard the
Chaluch,
same words 27 years ago. I heard the same thing. If you're sleeping on your stomach, you didn't do
The
enough
Wolfley
work.
rules
That's
of
right.
engagement of weight
Did
gain.
he tell you the other one too? Never sit when you can lay down, never walk when you can sit, never run when you can walk, and never pass up a ride.
Oh, you forgot. Yeah, no, and never lay down when you can sleep.
That's right.
Okay, you
that's right. Conserving energy.
Yeah, so that's what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
That's Olympic lifting.
Mike, do you watch any of the great Olympic lifters internationally? Do you have a guy that you go, wow, that's kind of the guy I look up to?
Oh yeah, I guess there's a bunch of lifters. My favorite lifter, he's the heavyweight from Russia.
Yeah.
He's a bird. He's a pretty scary guy.
Yeah. What's his name?
I can't pronounce it.
Chagayev. Evgeny Chagayev.
Okay. Now let me ask you. Now, you go in this competition. You're down to the last lift. Everything is out there. I mean, you either you make this lift and you go home a national champion, or if you don't, what would you have finished if you didn't make that lift? You know.
Well, the way it turned out, I would have finished second.
Okay, so you had at least second, but you didn't know it at the time.
No.
So it's all for the marbles, right? I mean, right there. So tell me, you approach the bar, you rip it up there. Did you do it with enough verve, a little extra juice? Huh?
Yeah, I was pretty pumped for the list.
Just stand up there and hold it up there, think, I'm a national champion and chicks are digging me right now, huh? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I kind of thought it's heavy and I want to drop it. And then I'll go celebrate.
And then the truth comes out.
Now, you are a football player and a baseball player. Does the heavy lifts hurt you at all in your other sports?
No. It helped. I mean, this Olympic lifting helps me in everything. Explosion, speed, every sport, in every way. So.
Now, Olympic lifting, sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Olympic lifting was once ruled by the U.S., and then it really went downhill. The Russians were big in it.
Right.
Now, is there a resurgence of amateur Olympic
Turks,
lifting?
too. Suleimanov.
Oh, yeah.
The pocket rocket.
That's what
Pocket Sir Hercules.
Hey, he was Russian and he went over to Turkey.
No. He was Turkish, and the Romanians stole him. They came in there.
I like this theory.
They did. The Bulgarians. Them two. It was the Bulgarians.
Well, why don't you just blame everybody in Europe while you're at it?
And what did he do? As soon as the Iron Curtain came down, right back to Turkey.
Well, it was the gypsies. The family come over and they just roll on in the carts.
Bulgarian, Romanian. It's over there, Eastern Europe.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Right.
So talk a little bit about...
the Olympics have weightlifting since the resurgence of the modern Olympics in 1896, and in every one since 1920 there's been Olympic competition. The U.S. pretty much dominated through the 30s, 40s, 50s, and then it started to tail off a little bit. And I think it started with, as money got into other sports and they became less and less amateur sports, even track and field, you can make a very, very good living as an amateur track athlete.
Right.
So they sort of suck away some of the talent.
Okay.
And when the money came into the big sports, and bodybuilding didn't help either. A lot of people went for the, what we call all show, no go, posing and flexing.
Right.
People that had interest in the weight sports would do bodybuilding or powerlifting, and there's just some attrition away from the sport. But the U.S. is making a pretty good comeback. We've got a number of junior national medalists at the international meets now, and it's a grassroots effort to build the sport back up. And with athletes like Mike, I keep teasing him, saying the world doesn't need another 5'10" D3 guard. We need a national.
Those dreams. No, wait a second. There's nothing wrong with being a 5'10" D3 guard.
I'd rather see him standing on the podium at the Olympics in 2012 or 2016 wearing a medal.
Okay. Let me ask him the question then. All right. 3 choices, Mike. You can be a Major League Baseball player, NFL football player, or
cut
Olympic
the baseball
champion.
right away. Who cares?
What would it be? Olympic champion. Olympic champion?
Ooh, I
you
like
know what?
that.
I think that's true because that's the only place that you get to represent your country.
Yeah.
That's got to be a very cool experience.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I think it'd be terrific. And remember, it's the Pitt Barbell Club,
Yeah.
and it's at Martial Arts Sports Complex in Bridgeville. You can contact Regis Becker.
Now, do you have any more meets coming this summer, or are you just getting training for football now?
Talk to him.
Coach?
Hey,
Coach.
Mike is in consideration to be invited to the National School Age Training Camp at the Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs.
Ooh.
So there's a possibility he could be out there for a week training with the other lifters.
Wouldn't that be sensational?
Yeah.
When I had one of my boxers out there, I saw that Shane
Hammond.
My goodness, the man was as big as a silverback gorilla. You should have seen him. He's a super heavyweight.
Super heavyweight?
Right.
Yeah, this guy was
fast, very fast. 370 pounds and lightning
I'm
fast.
telling you what.
370?
Yeah.
He can dunk a basketball off 2 feet.
Really?
Unbelievable. And let me tell you
Sounds like
something.
a genetic mutation.
This cat, he could put me to shame in an eating contest.
Really?
Oh, man.
Really?
He just sat down there, and it was a buffet like you never seen.
Guys, thank you. Good luck to you, buddy. Football, baseball, Olympic lifting. You might as well pick up roller derby because we're going to have some roller derby when we come back right here in the locker room. Thanks, guys.
I'm Christine Corricatch of the Steel City Derby Demons.
And I'm Lindsay Kelly.
For the latest in roller derby action. get in the locker room with Tension Wolf.